obeying the directive of the president. The road minister by the finance minister is properly dressed, but the finance minister is not obeying. You are properly dressed. Mr. Speaker, majority leader is not obeying the directives of the president. He is not fully in smoke. Look at how the speaker is dressed. Look at how the speaker is dressed. Finance minister, look at how the road minister is dressed. And look at, I don't know whether he's attending IMF meeting today. Because Mr. Speaker, and the one who communicated the president's directive is not wearing smoke. That is Felix, Honorable Felix. You communicated the president's directive and you are not wearing the smoke. Mr. Speaker, I am not wearing the smoke because the president said majority of Ghanaians must wear smoke, and I'm from the minority, Mr. Speaker. That is why I am not wearing it.
Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, it's clear that he just wants to register that he is wearing. Mr. Speaker, he just wants to register that he is obeying the president's directive of wearing a smoke and a hat. And the finance minister is not wearing the smoke and the hat. The finance minister is disobeying the president's order. The majority leader is wearing a smoke without a hat. Mr. Speaker, so he's just registering his presence. Mr. Speaker, even you obey. Mr. Speaker, look at how beautiful you are dressed. Mr. Speaker, look at how beautiful you are dressed. And anybody will testify that you are properly dressed. The number three of this country is obeying the directive of the president. The road minister by the finance minister is properly dressed, but the finance minister is not obeying. You are properly dressed. Mr. Speaker, majority leader is not obeying the directives of the president. He is not fully in smoke. Look at how the speaker is dressed. Look at how the speaker is dressed. Finance minister, look at how the road minister is dressed. And look at, I don't know whether he's attending IMF meeting today. Because Mr. Speaker, and the one who communicated the president's directive is not wearing smoke. That is Felix, Honorable Felix. You communicated the president's directive and you are not wearing the smoke. Mr. Speaker, I am not wearing the smoke because the president said majority of Ghanaians must wear smoke, and I'm from the minority, Mr. Speaker. That is why I am not wearing it.
Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana, and I start from the youth, you promised them one job, 3 shifts. I expect you as a finance minister to come to this house to address us on effort you are making. It's been 1 year. 1 year. Your own constituent, give us data. How many people you've employed? In Jomoro, in Abarajira, in Efutu, the transport minister, the roads and highways minister, in his own constituency at Akru. How many people have benefited from job creation policy? You come to this house, and you tell us 15 months import cover, and you come and spend a whole 1 hour when your people have no jobs. Mr. Speaker, even when you come to the recruitment, it's a complete scam. And I'll explain to you, the recruitment into police, immigration, prisons, you are now even telling the youth that they should go and buy forms. They should go behind computer and do aptitude tests. In this country, how many areas have internet? The youth are spending more. The youth who are already unemployed, they are borrowing to spend, to have access to computer. These are things that you have ignored. You've ignored. And you come and sit here and say, macro, nebedi.
And a visionary leadership, a visionary finance minister has to think about tomorrow if commodity prices are not as good as they are today. Just last week, we witnessed a slump in the price of cocoa. If when cocoa prices were high, we had such visionary leaders and we had saved in preparation for when prices came down, we would not have been demonstrating in the streets. We would have had a buffer to support us to be able to cushion the cocoa farmers. So if you are interested in the welfare of cocoa farmers, you must be interested in this policy that is being introduced today, because it is also to cushion both the cocoa farmer and the gold miner in future when the prices slump. So this is the essence of today. You learn from the mistakes of the past. We did not take advantage in the past when prices were very high. Today, we want to put in place a policy and a mechanism that will enable us to harness the opportunity provided by the huge gold prices to create a reserve that in future we can depend on as an economy.
When Cocoa Board had 286,000 bales of jute sacks sitting at the port, they only went and cleared 91,000 of them and left the rest at the port. Meanwhile, they also had 75,000 bales of jute sacks. So add that to what is in the port. They had enough to last them another 3-4 years. But just a few days before they left office, they went and contracted and paid 48 million to bring in 80,000 bales of jute sacks. These are reckless people. If it was possible in the days that we were shipping people, these are people that we have to line up and tell cocoa farmers, it is the conduct of these people that denied the government of Ghana the resources to properly take care of you at this point in time.
We talk too much and we complain too much, and most times when we even get the opportunity, we hardly make any meaningful changes. You must realize that there's no time in history than now that you have a unique moment and opportunity to assert and assume leadership. And you must realize that leadership to a large extent is not bestowed, it's not handed over to you. You must prepare yourself for leadership and be able to accept it. There's vacuum, leadership vacuum in Africa. In the public sector, there is. In the private sector, there is. And that leader can be you. And should, in fact, be yourself.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro. Today is the 26th of February 2026, and this is the day the Lord has made. We're glad in it. I want to say big thanks to the Almighty God for making it very, very possible for us to join you today, or to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. Remember that this show is also live on 94.1 FM, and so please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to monitor us and follow the conversation on your radio dial 94.1 FM. As always, let me go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning, and I'll start with the Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic this morning says the Finance Minister unveils external reserves policy, and there's work starts on $250 million a Keda glass factory group to pay 1 billion cedis taxes annually. We're confident of passing anti-money laundering framework. That's according to the FIC boss. Government probes electricity bills, meter issues. That's in today's Daily Graphic. The Ghanaian Times this morning says 24-hour economy receives further boost as President commissions Keda, Ghana's new production lines. Parliament approves 9.8 billion cedis for GET Fund. Transit Cargo Irregularities, GRA, interdicts 5 officers, and there's repositioning tree crop as economic pillar gains momentum. Daily Guide, 5 GRA officers interdicted over cargo transit scandal. The property and polo classic set for March 7. Government targets 15-month import cover with gold. Minority slums government over new DACF guidelines breach. NPA extortion buffer store cases moved to new court. The Insight, UN needs urgent reset. Kwesi Pratt, father demands justice, cries to Mahama, IGP over son's murder. And the Finance Minister unveils plan to build economic war chest against shocks. NCA launches 30th anniversary celebrations landmark with call from government to deploy and democratize 5G by 2027. Ukraine may return to its 1,654 borders after Russia's, or 1654 borders after Russia's special military op ends, as according to an expert. Ghana's tomato traders return home safely after Burkina Faso attack. The Daily Post. President Mahama cut short for 250 million cedis or dollars a glass manufacturing factory in Shamar. Maslock, Ghana Prison Service and Aboboya Company launched the Capital Behind Bars initiative. And as Finance Minister, Gold Board to mop up 127 tons of ASM gold annually for the next 3 years. Let me go online and look at what the online portals are reporting. But before I do that, let me do these last two papers. And I'm talking about the Daily Searchlight. Daily Searchlight says common fund distribution, government acting lawlessly, according to minority. Stop the long talk and bring jobs, according to Apenyo Marking. Demands as government announces historic gold reserve. Franklin Kujo, Ghanaians boiling with anger over ECG prepaid meter extortion. And that is Infantaman MP distributes machines under the National Apprenticeship Program. And there's common fund distribution, government acting lawlessly, according to the minority. And there's maintained confidentiality of students after counseling, Director of Education. And then the last but not the least, certainly, is Ghana Link secures ISO IEC 27001 2022 certification for new Tier 1V data center supporting ICOMS. Certification affirms internationally audited information, security controls and continuity planning and risk governance for Ghana's trade and revenue backbone. Activist lauds government for reverting KIA, as in KIA, name to Accra International Airport. Absence of price stabilization fund leaves cocoa and gold exposed. YEF 2026 to propel youth-led innovation for economic growth. So that's it for the newspapers. Let me go online and look at and check out what the online portals are reporting. So Major Online says that we are now consuming more power than projected, PURC boss. And then there's also a Swedish School of Business apologizes over viral assault video. Government targets 127 tons of small-scale gold yearly under new reserves policy. If you go to the City Newsroom, they have the Cocoa Board denies sponsoring Black Stars, dismisses 12 million cedis donation claim. There's building construction inflation eases to 3.9% in January 2026. Prophecy is not prediction, Bishop Victor Osei. Oh, that's interesting. Prophecy is not prediction. If you go to Ghana Web, so let me check out what Ghana Web is reporting this morning. Now, Ghana Web says that tempest flare in Parliament as Otafu MP clashes with First Deputy Speaker. Now, what the Rawlings' family did to One Love, and there's also 60 years after Osajifo, a time for rebirth, reconciliation, and reorganization. And there's Real Madrid win for everyone who stands against racism. How about MetroTVOnline.com, your favorite, our favorite, MetroTVOnline.com. There's a trapped Galamsey operator pulled alive from rubble. And there's TMA Partners Mercy ship to remodel Community 4 Youth Center into pre- and post-surgical facility. Black Queens arrive in Dubai for 2026 Pink Ladies Cup Tournament. African economies should prioritize gold reserve over dollar, says Dr. Frank Bano. All right, so that's it for the newspaper and the online portals review. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. And I say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Stay with us.
Tanumo, onunchoni ha o dangma, chiechele o ekun. Wani anuchumo, osoli mojiake, ubawo nani, aya, baba shushu. Amen.
Start your Kids Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Hello my friends, my name is Kids Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me, that's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kids, happy smile.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe it, you can achieve. Puma, oh yeah. Clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me set the bliss. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesansu Mama Hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The Ghana Trade Fair Company is proud to announce the most anticipated shopping event of the year, the Eid al-Fitr Grand Sales 2026, from Wednesday 18th March to Monday 23rd March 2026 at the prestigious West Hills Mall. Discover stunning fashion, exquisite jewelry, luxurious fragrances, innovative gadgets, and beautiful homeware, all at incredible sales prices. Showcase your product to thousands of eager shoppers during this peak festive season. Register now for your best spot. Contact the Ghana Trade Fair Company Limited 0597 423 304 or 0244 469 451 or 050 2500 632. Fancy Gadam will be performing live at the fair. Celebrate it in style. Eid al-Fitr Grand Sales 2026. Partners: Ghana Enterprise Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Media Partners, UTV, Peace FM, Kasapa FM, Metro TV, Bina TV, Channel 1 TV, Joy FM.
Our school is built on a hill. Beposo Samoto, we are always victorious, 'cause we work in God's way. Oh, Hebrew girls, oh, Hebrew girls, oh, Hebrew mighty eagles, we shall never lose our fame. Oh, Hebrew girls, oh, Hebrew girls, oh, Hebrew mighty eagles, we shall never, never, never lose our fame. Girls is turning 80 this year, so we happen to have two legacy projects. One for the global community, that is everybody, all old girls, and then the other one for the 2001 year group, because they are the host of the 80th anniversary. And so the one for the global community, of course, I mean, you need to eat good food in a very clean environment. And then we realized that one of our oldest dining hall in the school, it's overcrowded. Of course, we have two dining halls. Last year we refurbished one, and this year we want to refurbish an ultra-modern kitchen as well. That's for the global community. And then with the 2001 year group, they are building a whole STEM center for the school, a 3-story center for the school. Because you know, in this kind of dispensation, we are in the technological dispensation. And so, yeah, that's the project they are undertaking. So this year, watch out, we are unveiling 2 projects in the school year for our 80th. Yes. All right.
Every Thursday morning, the spirit of the school come alive, from the marching bands to the dining halls, the fear and the panic stories, the convoys to old students' pride, to unforgettable homecoming moments. Metro TV brings you the School's Homecoming Show live. Relive the glory, celebrate the legacies, reconnect with the memories that shape legends like you. The celebrations, the anniversaries, the homecoming activities, and the legacy projects that you embark in your school. The Metro TV School's Homecoming Show comes to you every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live on Metro TV. This is the School's Homecoming Show live on Metro TV.
You're still live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Thanks for staying with us. We appreciate and value your continuous patronage of the show. And please keep giving us the feedback. We need that to be able to improve and to do better. My guests are here, and we'll kickstart with our conversation. It's all about Ghana, isn't it? So, Shamima Muslim is deputy spokesperson for the president, and she is with us here on the show this morning. Assalamu alaikum, my sister. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam.
I hope you're doing very well.
All is well, alhamdulillah. And you?
Yeah. Small.
Ramadan Mubarak. I think I've been seeing you since Ramadan.
Since we started Ramadan. That's true. But
how's it going? To all of you. Oh, well, it's going well. Yeah. I think the difficulties in the first few days. Your system get used.
Yeah. It's an adjustment, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a very popular saying in Hausa that says that Azumi shi be da sabo.
Be da me. Sabo is what?
Which is, it's not easy to get used to fasting. Be da sabo. It's not easy to get used to fasting. How's your house? You are supposed to have been undergoing some Hausa training. Because
you've not been doing the lessons.
You want to perfect it.
You have abandoned
it's not
my
bad.
brother you abandoned the lessons.
You want to perfect it.
Anyway. Charlie, this my ears, they are too heavy.
I know. We'll probably have to go back to the classroom.
I don't even know, man.
Yes. But it's not a difficult language. It's not a difficult language at all. It's not a difficult language. Anyway, let me also say that the Honorable and His Excellency Richard Anyagba.
Hey, Honorable and Excellency has come inside.
A very good friend and a brother. And, he's here with us. He's the director.
You see?
He's the director of communications for the New Patriotic Party. And he's also here with us. Richard, it's always a pleasure to see you. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
How's the family?
It's okay.
You're Muslims, your family?
Most of
they are doing Lent too. I don't know if
most of my family people are
Christian.
Muslims.
Oh, Muslims?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Two of my older brothers, three of my half siblings,
okay.
all Muslims.
Oh, I see.
And myself, as I always mentioned, I grew up partly in Lima. So
okay.
This is a season where we eat as if we are fasting, because in the evening we'll be lining ourselves up to eat some of the two
it's very important.
When they break the fast.
Yes. The challenge sometimes is that Christian friends tend to forget that we're fasting, and they will say, Charlie, come back with chop. I'm like, why are you fasting? Anyway, good to see the two of you. And
so that's the same thing you guys have set up for yourself and for Shamima as well.
This one, please let me share disclaimer. This one now for branding and packaging purposes.
But there's no branding on it.
It's part of the setup. Before I am misunderstood.
Yes.
I beg you. In fact, that's a good one, Richard, because I've had people come and say, but you should say the fast. I'm like, what do you mean? Why do you keep water for you? I beg you. It's part of the setup.
The moment you forget and pick it to what you
drink. Trouble. Anyway, Shams.
Oui, monsieur.
We have a tradition. Usually when you come here, I always want to find out what's cooking as far as the Middle East is concerned. But today I'll do it from the flip side.
Why?
Last week, was it last week? Was it last week, Monday or Tuesday? You held a big event, and very well patronized.
It's exactly today's week.
Exactly today's week. Yes, so that's last week Thursday. Yes. It was massive. Saw the caliber of people who came there, the media fully represented, and so on and so forth. It was generally a very successful event.
Indeed.
And I'm talking about, that's the first annual Women
in Government and Media Forum.
Yes. First of all, what's this idea? Why did you organize this? And from where you sit, what has the feedback been like? So 3 questions.
Well, it's been phenomenal. I mean, way beyond our expectation. But that is also because when an idea's time has come, and if a matter is something that has, sat in people's hearts and mind for a long time, and perhaps, there's just not been the platform as yet to be able to articulate it and express it. When that platform is created, everybody wants to be part of it. So basically, as you have said, this is not the first time that, you know, especially me, when I was in the media, I was always advocating for these shared platforms, because it is my belief that women in media and women in the public eye, with regards to specifically women in politics and government across the various divides, we are actually the critical mass of the affirmative action, because we are the women, you know, in the public eye. Whatever we do, however we work, shapes the narratives or break the stereotypes around women leadership and women participation and representation. So if we do it right, then we are closer to achieving our affirmative, you know, action goals. Affirmative action, as you know, the law has been passed, is not solely for political actors. It is across board, in private sector, in, you know, state institutions, in government institutions, and what have you. We are looking at increasing women's participation and women's growth in organizations, so that the organizations will better reflect the diversity of our country. So it became essential to do this. Unfortunately, we did send an invitation out to the Women Caucus in Parliament as a whole, because really in Parliament, there are now about 41. In the last Parliament, we had parity in terms of NDC 20, MPP 20. Unfortunately, for the NPP side, their numbers reduced to 10, whereas the NDC managed to increase their women numbers to now 21. So there are 41 in Parliament presently. So we did extend an invitation to them, because for President Mahama, affirmative action is not only for NDC women. Affirmative action is for all women of Ghana. And the challenges that we all face are relatable, because we bear on unusual scrutiny, because we are constantly in the public eye, and we are the ones that mostly stereotypes are shaped around, and yet we are the most powerful pair in the room. And if we're working together, we would be able to challenge and bust some of these stereotypes, so that the work would be easier. So we would frame women leadership as leadership. And when you speak of women leadership, it doesn't then raise people's, you know, stereotypes against you. So we did extend invitation to the minority caucus as well. The women caucus, Patricia J was supposed to speak alongside Comfort Doyo. Abena was supposed to be on the panel alongside Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, to share their experiences on how they have been covered by the media so far, and how they might want the media to tell the story of their leadership beyond their sex or gender, and beyond the stereotypes, to actually follow their decision-making, you know, process. These are women that are MPs, that are managing whole constituencies, and then still performing multiple, you know, roles in the society. And oftentimes we don't take the cameras to the real actual work that they do. But let a controversy come around, you know, one single woman, that experience becomes, you know, the full narrative around women leadership. But even though they had accepted to come, I think at the last minute, we heard they were asked not to show up, so they didn't show up. But the message went clearly to the media to continue to provide better coverage of our women leaders, and continue to also, for the women in government, to also open up and create greater access, so that media women can also understand the work that they do, so they can contribute to meeting the ideals of the affirmative action. That really is the import of that gathering. We hope to make it an annual gathering. It would expand to a conference where there will be workshops and trainings, where women in public office will be taken through media engagement skills, communication skills, and where also women in media would also sit in labs with women in government to understand the policies that they promote, why they promote those policies, decision-making process, the political process, so that our stories will be more balanced. This is the vision for the program.
So far so good.
Yes.
Did you monitor social media commentary on the event and some of the things that
largely successful? Okay. Because we had some of these women themselves posting their contributions. Look, we had over 15 speeches. Okay. 15 powerful speeches. I mean, the vice president was the keynote, speaker. Okay. We had panel conversations. We had impact statements from our female ministers, including the leaders in parliament, representatives from private sector, and CEOs. We have female CEOs. We have DCEs and MMDCs. We brought all of them together. We brought all our female CEOs and deputy CEOs. We brought our women in parliament. We brought our women ministers. And then our women in media representatives. They all spoke. And, they all, that's Honorable Comfort Doyo, right, when she was sharing her impact statement. So they all made impact statements about the work they were doing and the change they were engineering. We had a tete-a-tete conversation with two trailblazers, I call them, Madam Patience Bafuboni, who is the head of Ghana Prisons, and then Madam Mausi Daniela, who is the head of fire service, the first female heads of these institutions. Okay. And when they speak about the campaigns they are currently rolling out, you would see that there's a lot we haven't yet told, in terms of the stories about these women. But I also did see that some Jandam was at play. It was 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And so we had one single break where we brought another powerful female creative art performer, Efia. Okay. Yes. So Efia was the only break just to, entertain this woman and also to platform her also as, a female leader in the creative arts industry. But I saw that our friends from the opposing side took this video, removed the song that she was singing, and then implanted Yentiobia on it. It just communicates the desperation. I think that anything that looks like it's good for the women of Ghana sometimes gets these kinds of distractions. In no way was that intervention meant to discount whatever current activities. When they were doing their DDEP program and people were dying, they were still going about their everyday, businesses. Nobody, said anything about insensitivity to them. And this is a matter that the president himself had tasked a helicopter to go and pick up our tomato, sellers who were caught in that unfortunate act, in the Tito area, in Burkina Faso. The president had gone to Western region, came back, went to the hospital to visit some of the victims, and to have stretched it to say that because of this event that had been planned for a long time is a show of insensitivity, just show the desperate lengths that our opposing side will go to discount everything. I tell their women constantly, there's a reason why their numbers have dwindled in parliament to 10, and they themselves need to push back against their own leadership, in terms of these situations when they try to discount their role in the party and refuse their elevation in the party. So the average NPP woman is under threat of non-representation and amplification if they don't take the reins of their own destiny into their hand and demand better from the members of their party, because this is a unique opportunity that they were supposed to platform themselves and speak about their work, and the media women were supposed to follow up. We still said that, we still gave them that information that please follow all our women, MPP, NDC, private sector, public sector, follow them and tell their stories, especially in this month of March, which is Ghana month, and which is also Women's Month. And the 8th of March is actually International Women's Day. So we will be seeing different kinds of stories in the month of March. So basically, I'm sure the good people of Ghana treated it with the disdain that it deserved. That's kind of distortion.
Richard, did you follow the program, the event?
Yes, good morning to yourself and to Shamima and
Rich.
And to your viewers. I think that I saw a bit of it. So I appreciate what Shamima is talking about relative to people not being happy with the videos that came out. I don't think it's so much MPP, but it's just people feeling the loss and the picture, when you juxtapose it, it creates a certain impression of insensitivity. I think that's what it is. You know, so, I mean, I'm not sure they are celebrating the passing of the people, but just the moment is just wrong for it. And I think that they should just recognize that. It's like somebody dying in your house and then you have a wedding already planned, right? When everything is kicked in motion, it's very difficult to recall it. And so you have a responsibility to celebrate, but a bit tempered. And that's really what it is. But it's not MPP seeking to obtain any mileage from that. For us, we wish them well because the welfare or the performance of this government will inure to our collective benefit, and so therefore we hold no such position to make them not perform. And most especially for our women, I think that we support women. Our party is interested in advancing the progress of women and their representation. And so there will be no intention on our part to discolor a program intended to celebrate and empower women. But it has to be done at a time that the sensitivity of the country will be taken into account. I think that they could have recalled and rescheduled the program. But it's also possible that they didn't avert their minds to it. And it just coincidentally happened. I think they can embrace that and not blame it on the MPP, because it's almost like the government's Feed Ghana program. In 2025, I don't see what it did to help any farmer. But the excess of food that we're seeing, they say, hey, we did it. But they didn't do a thing about it. But they are celebrating. So if the good news guys say, oh, it's JDM, it's John Mahama, and then they will say it's the hope, isn't it? But when the thing happened and it's negative, then they are looking for MPP with microscope and say, where is MPP in this thing? But MPP was nowhere. It is just they pick a time that is not appropriate, that people felt a bit that it was not sensitive. That's really much what it is. I
thought you would take the opportunity to condemn this practice where people cut and edit and doctor videos to sort of paint a certain narrative, you know, because I know you're against that. In the past, I've heard you condemn that kind of practice. I don't see the consistency here this time around. What has changed?
But Moro, I'm not talking about me. Do you think the NDC is against it? The NDC is for it. So if the NDC is for that, and they did it for 8 years in this country, so why should I be advocating for what the NDC supports? And I'm pretty much not even in the angle of trying to say that, you know, it is good or it's bad. I'm just saying that they picked the wrong time. So even if somebody casts a full video, even if they are singing gospel, right? Once it's not in prayer for the people who have passed, somebody will put a spin on it. So it's not about the video, it's about the timing that they have picked. And I think that the organizers, they just need to say, well, we didn't think too much about the timing. But what we're doing is that we mourn them but we're also trying to promote the living, which is something we can do simultaneously. I think some of these things in our politics, we need to come to the point where we can admit honestly, okay, that this one we got it wrong, but our intentions are not to intentionally get it wrong, but it is a coincidence, and we appreciate the feedback. We'll do better next time. I think Ghanaians have gotten to a point where they will appreciate that information. But where you double down and say, oh, it is MPP, and you take...
It's because Awal Mohammed is the one that posted that doctored video. Awal Mohammed posted it, and MPP platforms published and communicated it. So it was clear that it was deliberate misrepresentation. To what end is what we are curious about.
But Shamima, this is for you to just imagine. If NDC were in opposition, would you have done that or no?
Would we have done
that? In the past 8 years, the NDC has been doing that. So it's not as if NDC just dropped from somewhere. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
And this thing,
I don't say specifically what do you mean, doctrine or text?
What I'm saying is that I'm not even aware of any doctrine, right?
They did.
But I'm saying that the event that has happened, the time that it has happened, it appears insensitive. That's really what it is. So whether somebody doctored a video,
it's a very contrived narrative.
Yeah, no, but you see, you just pick it. It is the messenger you are trying to attack, but then the message that you delivered to Ghanaians appeared insensitive. That's really the bottom line. So if somebody, instead of sympathizing with you, says that I also feel, unfairly treated, my sensibilities offended by that program, and post the video, you can't blame that person.
Let me ask
what you blame is, I get it wrong. I didn't pick the right time. Okay. So if you feel, if you're saying that MPP person, whoever these our mothers and brothers were that went to Burkina Faso to bring tomatoes, nobody knows their political colors. So it could be somebody who is MPP, and so if my sensibilities are offended by your celebration when this
but that was not a celebration.
I'm not.
You see, that is the deliberate. This was a forum of conversations spanning hours.
I'm saying that
with one interlude. How does an entire program?
This is what our wrote, right? It says, while Ghana mourns the cruel murder of 8 of our brothers in Burkina Faso, and cocoa farmers are crying over the insensitive haircut. Look at what the Vice President, Grandma Jane, and NDC female appointees are doing in the Jubilee House, dancing in Ethiopia. First of all, that's not true.
Yeah. But the point is not neutralized by anything you have read. The point is that the timing is wrong. We have to accept that. The timing for what? The timing for whatever it is that you're doing, for anybody to have, because that person you're saying was not invited to the place. He sees that we're mourning. Imagine, I don't want to go back to that conversation, really. Imagine that on a certain day in August 2025, this country was plunged into a certain emotional state, okay? And next door, at the seat of government, there was a dancing activity, whether it is to a gospel or not. The second, lady of the country, I'm talking about the vice president, is dancing part of a group, okay? Whether I play whatever song, it doesn't just appear okay, because the whole country is pondering a certain laws. That's really what it is. So this issue, let's not push it to the point where we're justified. I am saying that the organizers, I sympathize to understand that, yes, these things must happen. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. I understand that. But if you get to a point where people feel they are offended by your action, you don't justify it. You say that, okay, well, we're sorry, because at the end of the day, you represent something for me. That's why I'm offended by your actions. Okay, you are a leader. You are somebody I look up to, somebody whose leadership is necessary or is needed at this time where we are mourning. So when I see you dancing, whether you are dancing to whatever tune, I find it offensive. So you cannot justify that, okay, and look for my MPP under microscope and say, oh, yes, somebody here is MPP. No, all of us were collectively offended by that. We wanted you to mourn with us, right? and so in that moment, where especially you are supposed to be leading the mourning, and you are seen dancing, That cannot be appropriate. That is offensive to our sensibilities. And that's really what it is. It's not MPP at all.
Okay.
It is just that Ghanaians are not okay with that. And it should be fine for you to say, we got it wrong. Okay? Apologize and let's move on. That's it.
But I need some clarity.
The distortions
They apologizing for organizing the forum or apologizing for dancing at some point in the forum? Which is which?
All right. If I say something, or Sharima, if I say something here and you feel offended, okay, I didn't intend any pun in saying what I said.
Right.
But your interpretation of what I said, okay, is offensive to you. I can talk till I get blue in the face, trying to say that that's not what I mean. But it won't change anything. Okay? It's your decoding of that message to mean offense. That's what matters to you.
Right.
Okay? So whether they were doing it to glorify or to call the spirit of the people who were dead in Burkina Faso, or to usher them into heaven or wherever, it doesn't matter. We, the people seeing it, says that it's offensive. It's offensive. Do we have rights to say that? Absolutely, because they are our leaders. They are the ones who, by virtue of where they are, make policies so that those our mothers don't go to Burkina Faso to look for tomatoes. They should look for the tomatoes here. And then they have gone there to look for tomatoes and they are dead and you are dancing. You cannot come and tell us that we shouldn't feel bad about it.
You know,
you understand? Whether you are dancing to call their spirit to come, you can't.
Okay.
So,
okay?
as I said...
one second. So I agree that the intention may not be what people are pushing, but that's not the point. The point is what people felt when they saw that. And what they saw, they feel is offensive because we are mourning. As I told you, certain day in August 2025, if we saw anybody doing that, if it was MPP who is even in opposition, dancing to whatever tune on that day, that should be offensive
But
to
that
all
was
of us.
not the day. You see the distortion. Sometimes when disasters happen or we lose an important person, we'll declare a 3-day national mourning. Within that period, a lot of activities are stalled so we can honor, these victims. And I'm saying that it was not that day. It was at least a week or so past. And I'm saying to you that at the presidency, the president prioritized this matter, immediately sent people to Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, I beg your pardon. And when he himself arrived from, Takoradi, the same day, went straight ahead. You see, we see these things, how responsive the president and the presidency is to some of these things. But what is always at play, and I'm really not surprised, because you would see that when Afenyo Marking and the minority went to visit Dr. Mahmoud Baumia after his victory, he made some interesting disclosures. He said to the hearing of all of us that they are happy that now they have a leader that can provide them direction. Because in the past year, what they have done is to struggle and clutch at straws in Parliament because there was no direction, even though he who was saying that was de facto the leader of the minority caucus in Parliament. So Ghanaians will always, mediate the things they do with this lens that you yourself have confessed that your responsible opposition that you said in a press conference that you're going to provide is one that will always seek to rewrite history, to favor you, is one that, we can even say would weaponize selective outrage, you see. And we see it's been the character of their opposition in the past year, as has now been confessed by their own minority leader. So we can understand your insistence on distorting any and everything. You see how he conveniently avoided the fact of their own women turning down, the forum. So it's okay for Richard to have his opinions, and there will always be mixed opinions about, you know, some of these things. What is not okay is to deliberately decide to misrepresent a matter to the public in order to secure or procure a certain, you know, sentiment from the general public. The program, the forum has come to say we will do it annually, because it is important that the women of this country are adequately taken care of, that the women in various leadership positions are supported, because the women of Ghana are the backbone of the Ghanaian economy. So think about it. Here we are having a forum to decide what to do to ensure the protection of the interest of the Ghanaian woman, including the tomato seller. Having a forum to charge the media to go into the markets, to go into the farms and tell the story of the rural, you know, woman farmer who is the backbone of rural agriculture. But today our cultural practices prohibit her from acquiring a piece of land in her name to farm. We are telling the media that go beyond these stereotypes around women. In the same breath, you think that we are not sensitive to, we who have worked together to increasing our women in parliament from 20 to 31. You who have done nothing but allowed your women's numbers to reduce from 20 to 10. You who have not amplified any single woman in Ghana to a leadership position like the position President Mahama amplified the Vice President, Nana Jane. What glass ceilings have you broken for the women of Ghana? You who brought about a draconian policy that not only affected people in the informal sector, but crushed families in rural communities. Today, your selective outrage is telling us that you are more sensitive to the plight of Ghanaians than the president that is working to ensure that rural women are not left out. Disabled women are not left out. Persons with disability are not left out. Our social protection policies expanding to the nooks and crannies of this country to ensure that all women get livelihoods. Female-headed households being singled out for better and greater support through the livelihood program, because we know the challenges many women face. This is the sensitivity of the current government. So when a matter like this happens and you don't have anything else to clutch upon than to distort a very transformative initiative, it tells more about you than it tells about the government that is focused on delivering the Resetting Ghana agenda, so that prosperity will be spread across board to not only the women of this country, not only the youth of this country, even to members of the opposition who are today enjoying the benefits of a stabilized economy, who go to the pumps and buy fuel at a price lower than they left it, who are able to borrow and participate in a better rebound economy than they left it. That is the focus of President John Dramani Mahama. And this is the transparency and the honesty that he will be presenting on Friday when he presents his State of the Nation address.
Moro, so let's just stay on this a bit longer, because, you know, I haven't even expressed my own opinion. I have just trying to let my sister understand that they have an easy path, okay, to get out of these entanglements they are working themselves in.
There's no entanglement.
Because, and I give you the example, Boro. If you say something, I say I'm offended, you can't justify it. For the simple fact that you said it, and I have the option to say, you know, as for Moro, he's joking about this. But for that particular moment, I picked out and I said, no, this is not sensitive. I don't like it. Don't argue. So this whole thing, if this government trying to argue with Ghanaians, it's not going to help their cause. It's not going to help President Mahama's cause or help the NDC's cause. we can tell them a thing or two about that, right? I can tell them a thing or two about that. Just understand when Ghanaians say they don't like it.
What's your personal view?
They don't like it.
What's your personal view?
Let me reserve my personal view, but let me advocate the views of Ghanaians, because this is not about me necessarily.
So far, the only person so far the only person I've seen or have read his revulsion about this forum is Awal. If there are any other persons, I'm more than happy to learn.
I don't even know which Ghanaians he's
talking
about.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
did he really monitor?
But the point is that. But the point is this, Moro. If you bring it to say, oh, it's only a while, and so you are trying to tell me that thing was found to be egregious only by a while. You can't estimate how many people were offended by it.
So on what basis do you now make that bold claim?
But I'm just saying that, I'm just saying to you that on a broader spectrum of guidance for our friends in government, there come a time where the people you are leading, if they say they don't like anything, even if it's one person, don't just make it about a while, since that's what they want to do. If you make it about him, once one person in that crowd says that I don't like this, you are elected to make collective decision for all of us. And so if one action or inaction of yours benefiting from the collective vestment of power in you to make a decision on our behalf, people find it offensive, I think that the best strategy is to pull out and say, look, we take that feedback, we won't do it again. But to argue with Ghanaians, I am telling you, even if it's one person, I'm coming. If it's only one person, my brother, you are getting into a bind that you don't necessarily want to go into. The best thing for me to tell my sister is that let it be. Let it be. Apologize and pull away from it. We are sorry if you find that offensive. We will not repeat it.
Realistically, okay. So Richard, realistically, I mean, you have no doubt. I mean, realistically, well, let me put it this: potentially, you can be president tomorrow. Can you imagine a situation where, Richard, you're president and you take a decision, or an appointee of your government takes a decision, one person or two people say they disagree, they have a problem with it? I mean, if you're going to be governing this country based on one or two people expressing a dissenting opinion and you changing your mind, can you realistically govern this country? Realistically. One or two people say they disagree. Every 10 people say they disagree out of the 35 billion people. And then you have to keep changing your mind. And then the rest of the 30-something million people say they want it. That is, if indeed you could have, there's data to support that, I'm assuming. I mean, can you realistically run this country?
But that's not what we're talking about.
Because you said, even if one person says they disagree, apologize. I'm saying realistically.
I'm talking about emotive stuff. The context here is different. If you're talking about in the cabinet room, Shamima has been there. She's been in cabinet meetings and things happen. And she gets to know that that this happens.
Why do you have our documents on your What are you searching for, Richard?
Yeah, understand. So that one is different, right? You agree to disagree. But that's what you scammed us with in 2024. The youth manifesto. Let's talk about that one.
Youth manifesto. Okay. All right, so that's what I needed. Let's make progress. So you talked about tomato farmers. There's an update on that. We'll look at that when we come back, and then some other issues with electricity, and perhaps we'll end with cocoa politics. Anyway, so stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Don't go away.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students, look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's a new. Improve car. Yeah. Captain was key to double the accent. Me did it, sasso spray. Mr. Friendly sasso quell. Yeah, cool, my sasso.
Tom Preko.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, and a sans of Mamma Hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Healthy soil is where every great harvest begins. At ACAP, we turn waste into wealth, producing rich organic compost made right here in Ghana for our farmers and our future. Whether you are planting small or big, ACAP compost improves your soil, boosts your yields, and saves you money. Even in your own home garden, give your soil life naturally. ACAP compost, from waste to wealth.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky whiter. Chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids, happy smile.
We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we start. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is a chance of a lifetime. My opportunity. Your opportunity. Let's build Ghana together.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Accra, Accra, the school of no regret. From here our hearts were shaped to serve our nation free. Oh God, to thee we dedicate Accra Academy. Ese kwam videri we say emblem Accra. Yeah. One time I'm done. To sports, athletics. You know, Accra is known all over in Ghana for that. But then we are also looking at the creative area of students in that regard. And if you go there right now, we have a school band, and then we've got people that are drawing artists and so on. So we want to push our energy into that area more, because there are other students also that are extremely great in that part of the world. So we want to push harder and then support them in various ways. So we're trying to create an environment, or let's say we're trying to build something for them so that they can also have some of the resources that would help them to produce creatively. So this is also an agenda that we're pushing, and I'm sure that this year the plan will come out, and I'm sure that I will let you know as we go on. Every Thursday morning, the spirit of the school come alive, from the marching bands to the dining halls, the fear and the panic stories, the convoys to old students' pride, to unforgettable homecoming moments. Metro TV brings you the school's homecoming show live. Relive the glory, celebrate the legacies, reconnect with the memories that shape legends like you. The celebrations, the anniversaries, the homecoming activities, and the legacy projects that you embark in your school. The Metro TV School's Homecoming Show comes to you every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live on Metro TV. This is the School's Homecoming Show live on Metro TV.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My guests are still here. Richard Ahiagba, he is the Director of Communications in the New Patriotic Party. And also, Shamima Muslim speaks for the President in her capacity, in fact, as a Deputy Spokesperson for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Let's now move on to our next issue, and it has to do with some issues regarding the power sector. I'm sure that you have been monitoring social media and some concerns and complaints that have been made by a section of Ghanaians about two things: the high consumption pattern of the electricity, which is quite recent, they tell us. And then also, in some cases, it's becoming a bit more erratic. Of course, erratic power supply has been with us for a long time, but they tell us that it's become a bit more serious. It's sort of worsened in some cases. And so you look at today's daily graphic, it's actually reported that government is probing electricity bills and meter issues. And we're also being told on Majo Online that ECG has been outlining some key factors driving higher electricity consumption. So let's look at those issues and then we can end the show with cocoa politics. So we're told that government proves electricity bills, meter issues, local company starts meter production. Beatrice Lai of the Daily Graphic is reporting the Minister of Energy and the Ghana Green Transition, John Abdullahi Jinapo, has announced measures to address the persistent challenges in electricity metering, including shortages, delays in access, and complaints of abnormal billing. Now, Mr. Jinapo said he had directly engaged the ECG and the Northern Electricity Distribution Company Limited to urgently resolve the supply constraints and streamline distribution, processes. Now, he assured the public that the persistent meter shortages and also and other problems will soon be a thing of the past. And he says the minister acknowledged the widespread public frustration over the difficulty in obtaining meters and the long waiting periods consumers face before installation. And so that's one. And then also the issue about the higher electricity consumption. We're told the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has outlined key factors contributing to high electricity consumption among customers. Speaking on Asempa, FMC Kosinsa, Director of Communications at ECG, William Boateng, explains that while electricity tariffs are regulated, usage patterns largely determine how much consumers pay. Mr. Boateng knows that an increase in electrical appliances as well as the duration of their usage significantly affects power consumption. He's also highlighted that hot weather conditions drive higher usage as cooling appliances such as air conditioners and fans are used more frequently. Household wiring and faulty meters can further impact electricity bills, although ECG's monitoring system can track consumption patterns and detect anomalies. The tariffs are regulated. Increasing the number of electrical appliances you use leads to higher consumption, and the duration of usage also impacts the overall consumption. Additionally, weather conditions play a role. For instance, hot weather causes an increase in the use of cooling appliances. Wiring can affect efficiency as well, and the meter itself may malfunction. Fortunately, our system can track your consumption, so when you report any issues, we can verify and replace faulty meters. Mr. Boateng also identified higher energy consumption appliances, including electric cookers, washing machines, and so on. And he's urging consumers to be mindful of the appliances they use and to consider low energy options to manage their electricity bills. So that's the ECG Director of Communications talking about why he thinks, of course, this is pending the outcome of the emergency meeting, which we're told will be held by the Energy Ministry today to look into some of the complaints that have come up as far as electricity consumption and costs of same are concerned. Shamim, I don't know whether you've also heard it. Now, let me read what Franklin Kujo of Imani Africa wrote just recently about this same issue. Must have been, I guess, yesterday or so, and as usual, it trended. It got a lot of Ghanaians saying that they can actually relate to, if we have it, please let's put it up. A lot of Ghanaians were saying that they could actually relate to what Franklin Kujo was saying, and that these days the electricity is running at a rate that makes it very difficult for them to understand exactly what was happening. Now, this is what Franklin Kujo says. He says, I can confirm that meters are stealing our power. My daily consumption until my birthday on February 16th was 21 cedis. I purchased 1,500 Ghana cedis on February 16th. At exactly 9:07 a.m. this morning, all the credits are gone. Right? So the same day, he purchased 1,500 Ghana cedis and everything is gone. It says zero. And he says, I beg Jinapo, make you investigate fast. or I buy new power where it finish pass Usain Bolt, pet I go disconnect and do illegal connections. And there's quite a number of other people who there are quite a number of Ghanaians who are also saying that they can relate to what Franklin Kujo has said. Shama, what do you know about this? This issue?
So in fact, yesterday we monitored the various reports. Even as of this morning, we monitored some callings where consumers were reporting similar such incidences. You would all know that these are all recent reports, so obviously there's something amiss that we need to quickly get to the bottom of, because we didn't have these sorts of reports even as at last month. So in the past week or two is where we have started, hearing these reports. And as you have read, in fact, it started with over the weekend. Even I experienced some outages. So I called up our ECG contact, and then even they directed us to the ECG page on Facebook, where they had communicated why we were experiencing those power fluctuations as a result of some cables that had been affected. So on the page you would see the reasons for some areas in Ghana, in fact, especially in Accra as well, why they were experiencing certain outages. So the explanation to that, were communicated to the general public. What we are now hearing, it's about this fast depletion of units from prepaid meters. And even though we've listened to the PRO speak about the general reasons why, you may experience a fast decline in your units, amongst whether the appliances that you're using and all of those things that you just read to us. However, we have to concede that if people are monitoring their units with the same constant variables, they shouldn't expect an exhaustion of those units, in a very short space of time. So what I know is happening today is a meeting with the ECG officials to get a deeper understanding on what is causing this. Mind you, we do have these quarterly adjustments that is in our IMF program, and every quarter we are expected to do these adjustments. So sometimes when those adjustments also come on stream, it affects, the value you get from the units you will buy. But we need to get the confirmation on what is the specific reason for these reported, incidences amongst a section of our consumers. So later today, we are hoping to get a comprehensive briefing from the electoral ECG, I beg your pardon, Electricity Company of Ghana. ECG has come very far from where they were, just a couple of years ago. I attended some program and I met some of the union members of ECG. The confidence with which they spoke about, the reforms that they have seen and also participated in the past couple, in fact, just last year, and the gains we have seen in terms of, the stabilization and the efficiency of their systems. They tell us that if ECG is supported, ECG will be able to more than deliver on its mandates. More, you would know that several scandals have hit the electoral, why do I keep saying electoral? The Electricity Company of Ghana, within even the last administration, and the then, leadership, the board chair was minority leader now, Afenyo, marking the issue of the containers, the procurement issues that we witnessed, cables thrown at all kinds of places, that we couldn't really justify why. It's similar to these cocoa jute sacks, procurements, as well as contracts that have been doled out with no performance to show for it, but some money is advanced to these individuals involved. And so these problems had bedeviled ECG for quite a while. What they've been able to do over the past years is quite commendable, but obviously we are not out of the woods yet. So it is the immediate response to some of these things that would restore trust and confidence in the ability of ECG to manage its own affairs. So I'm happy at the quick responses that, you know, they present, the quick daily, weekly updates they present to us, you know, the general public, to understand and explain what is going on. That is important for them to continue, because if you are a service providing entity, your public relations must be very strong, and you must proactively, when you troubleshoot some of these problems, but when they also, you know, come up, you must proactively deal with them and also provide information, because information is key. Information helps people who are, you know, in distress to calm down. And so we expect the ECG to provide a comprehensive report on what the reasons, specific reasons are for these reports that we are getting, and into the future to be more proactive in troubleshooting some of these problems.
Richard, you have any experiences to share as far as the electricity, the high electricity consumption is concerned, which Ghanaians are complaining about?
I have more. As we were talking briefly while we're off air. I think it's a matter that must be dealt with expressly. And I don't know those who brought it to the fore, but it must be widespread. I've experienced it myself, except I didn't think too much of it on certain occasions. We'll buy the credit and it finishes, and I just always put it to the staff at the office not doing the proper thing until I started hearing about the conversation. So for me, it's something that from what we have heard from the ministry directing ECG to investigate, that's good. But more, it shouldn't.
But the energy ministry itself is holding a crucial emergency meeting.
So it shouldn't end there. What must be done is that the credit we bought on Friday last week, which in a twinkle, by Monday when we came to the office and I'm told that it's finished, I want that money back. You understand, Moro? We want that money back. Whatever emergency session they are doing will not amount to much unless we get our money back. They must tell us from that emergency meeting. Now, the NDC government is used to going to emergency cabinet meetings, emergency meetings, and when they come, it's hair count. So there's nothing hopeful that comes from the emergency matters. But for this one, my money is involved. I want it back, and one of the things they should come up from that meeting with is how we're going to get it back. Either they're giving it to us in credit when we go to buy next time, or however way they're going to do. Maybe Dr. Ajinapo will write a check for every one of us to get our money back, or maybe they'll give it to Shamima and then she'll pass it to me the next Thursday when we come up here. But I need my money back. That should be the bottom line.
Right.
But as for the challenge, I think I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that it's technical and that they should fix it as soon as possible. Maybe for somebody like me and Shabiba, who may be a bit more disposed to replace their credit, a vast number of Ghanaians, okay, who cannot. Once their 20 cedis is consumed, they are left with no option but to sleep in the dark. And so for them, doomsday has come. Even though there's power, the money they have spent to buy credit to enjoy has been swallowed. I don't know, as I was telling Shamima earlier, maybe I'm buying his car. So they are subtracting from our thing to mobilize to
that is not so at all.
To do the 1 million codex program. which has not taken
Oh, you mean to complete the Agenda 111?
Well, even that, if that's what you want. But we were not, we were not subtracting people's
This
credit.
government cannot
But
do that to its citizens.
Yes,
Never.
okay, but somehow it's under you that our credit is vanishing like you say boat. What's that Franklin said? It's vanishing.
He's frustrated.
Yeah. So like you say boat is that the world's fastest man. Has his record been broken? Moro, do you know?
Yeah.
He's
not yet.
So he's the fastest man alive, right?
Yes.
And
Richard is making light of a very serious matter because Richard is very much aware of where ECG has come from.
No.
You know, and what led to the erosion of public trust.
No problem.
You know, the PDS scandal, we still haven't recovered.
You can talk about
PDS.
You talked about PDS all throughout.
No.
Okay? You know. So now that you are in government, if you are still talking about PDS, I mean, then I'm sorry. Deal with the people if there's anything wrong. You have power. Moro, am I lying? Just like you have power now to tell us you close us early and we cannot say anything. You have issued a fiat that I'll close you at 9:30 and we have to acquiesce and go on. Now you have power.
Right.
You are in government. This is what you campaigned for. You have all the power. In fact, all you're doing is abuse it to arrest people, detain them, don't give them bail and all that. We want you to take them to court, find those who are guilty, punish them. We support you for that. You understand? So you can't tell me
no, you don't support for that. When they invite them, you go and you sit like a Buddha.
But it doesn't mean
you know, you go and remove your shoes and sit like a Buddha.
Is your constitution
and demand the release of those people. You people, you are always speaking, you know, hot and cold. It's like we don't even understand what the MP wants.
My constitution is black. It's standardized. And maybe tomorrow, I don't know why yours is yellow, but it's okay. It's Ghana's color. You see, it talks about due process. It talks about presumption of innocence. It talks about people's rights. So the fact that somebody has done wrong, he cannot be deemed as having committed that wrong until and after a court has pronounced him as such guilty. So you cannot assume that you have some power and so therefore you arrest people and treat them as though they have committed a crime. That's what we are against. That's what we are against. We're not
if
against,
we didn't think they had committed a crime, Richard, would we be arresting them?
No, but you invite people, take them to a process because you're investigating. But don't treat them as criminal from the outset because they are not. The Constitution says so that they are not. You understand? So deal with people. Don't threaten me with PDS. There's nothing there to threaten me about. Yes, it. You are saying that we'll talk about PDS. You
know where it came from.
No, hold on. I'm saying don't threaten us. Deal with the matter. We have given you power. Punish the people if you think they've done anything.
It's not your fault.
Don't sit and
punish them.
Yes, do so. Do so.
It is coming.
Because you have no evidence. That's how come. You know, Amoro. But you know this thing. Alright, we're going to talk about the present state of nation. It was big printed in there, and I've highlighted it in bold and in red that we'll talk about. He says he will deal with it. One of the first committees he set up was ORA, okay, suggesting that they have some big find in this state they are going to. When the former Auditor General came, what did he say? He said it's garbage. It's garbage.
What is garbage?
He said all the things they collected under ORA was garbage.
That is, that is a colossal misrepresentation of the man who is a member of that community.
Hold on.
How can you even say that, Richard?
Hold on. If you are worried
about rights by the people listening to you,
that's what was reported. That's what was reported. But hold on. If you are not happy with what his Domolovo said, go to the Deputy Attorney General. What did he say? He said the facts that they presented that the amount may not necessarily be real. That's what he said. Or he didn't say that. I'm saying, so all these things that you have done, if you have evidence, prosecute will support you. But don't come and be feigning.
We don't expect your support. We don't need your support.
But it's okay. So the point I'm making is that the ECG matter is a matter that is dear to our hearts. Okay? Deal with it. But then in asking that you deal with it, don't come and threaten us that there's PDS. PDS, we have our full support. You say you don't want it, but we'll give you free space. Prosecute the people if there is any wrongdoing. Now, Shabiba was very clever, and as always, she says that, there is a quarterly adjustment that is in the IMF program.
Yes.
Who told you that?
That is so.
Who told you that you don't have the ability to vary it if you want to? The e-levy, the COVID-19 levy, they were all built into the revenue mobilization agreement in the IMF thing. Wherefore, you need to mobilize revenue, expand your tax base, increase your mobilization to be able to help you cut down cost or expenditure. Huh? You came and you repealed that one. Did IMF bring a cane here to cane anybody? Did IMF cane anybody with that? So what are you telling me that quarterly adjustment, if your campaign message in 2024 was that you are going to reduce cost of living, and you come to find something that is worsening the cost of living of Ghanaians. 1st January 2026, the gift President John Dramani Mahama gave Ghanaians was to increase our water or electricity by some 20-something%. Okay, 9% for electricity and some 15% for water. That was the gift. And I can't say agrobeso if you are not, which means that 2026 will be hard because the first gift was a hard gift. So Shabiba,
that's what you hope for. Okay.
This one,
Rich, can I answer you?
No, don't answer me. Answer Ghanese. So the thing, it be hard matter. You see, so we are struggling, and ECG should not take our money. For me, my plea is that Dr. Jinapo, we beg, after this meeting, don't be like Dr. Tufosi after cabinet meeting, come and give us a haircut. Okay. 1,038 Ghana cedis, cocoa farmers are suffering. I think we'll talk about that one. So this one, when you go, find a way to give the monies that were stolen from us by your machine. And this happens all along, every time, Every time this happens. But this one, because it's widespread, that's why it's become a national conversation to be able to indemnify us. So please, fix the issue.
It's actually not widespread.
Oh, it's not?
There's an announcement from Coco, but let's do this quickly and then. Or you still want to talk about electricity? Because I thought we're done.
What is that?
We're not done.
We have just 35 minutes.
Let me just say that PDS. No, I don't want to talk about PDS. I want to talk about the fact that the ECG, we know it today, is a marked departure from the ECG that they left behind. And you see, this mentality of thinking that you can tinker with any and everything without consequence is what led to the collapse of the economy under Richard Ahiagba and his government in the previous administration. He knows that because of the state ECG was in, EC had suffered a severe reputational damage as a result of the massive corruption that it was embroiled in. They had experienced loss in investor confidence. They could not pay up their bills, and they could not do the collections that they had anticipated that they were going to do. And the so-called reform momentum ended up being what? Stalled. Because of this, the provision about ECG could not be put on the same pedestal as an e-levy that you brought about and slapped on your people, which went against your own professed, advocacy for digitalization. This morning, Richard was quick to say that, NDC, when it sues them, they take credit. When it doesn't sue them, they blame MPP. He forgets quickly that we are dealing with the current leader of the MPP, Dr. Baumia. They are the same people during their vicious internal contest who would say that Dr. Baumia was responsible for the digital agenda after he abandoned the economic messiah agenda. And when it doesn't suit them, they tell us that he was a mere driver's mate. Have you seen the comedy of errors and inconsistency that they continue to, communicate to the good people of Ghana? But I am happy because the good people of Ghana that this morning he has empathized with and become the advocate for in this studio, those same good people of Ghana know that there was no way that the ECG situation could have lent itself to any tinkering with any negotiation with an IMF. It was a key provision of the program, the IMF program, that will do these quarterly adjustments because they had lost trust in their ability to be able to deliver what they had promised and broken severally. So let not Richard today try to say that scrapping an e-levy, which we made the promise, why didn't we put tariff adjustment matters in our manifesto? Because we understood the state of ECG. That is the same mentality they are inviting us to approach the cocoa problems with. The mentality that pretend there is not a problem. And then take, I say that the MPP today is suffering from what they suffered it in government and they're still suffering it. It's called acute slow response quick fix syndrome.
Wow.
They don't respond to the matter in time, pretend about the problem as they did with the economy, right up to the point that Ken Ofori-Atta was telling the people of Ghana that we are such a proud nation and we are not going to IMF, when they knew that they had highly geared this economy and the economy was on the verge of collapse. They were still believing that manna will fall from heaven, and somehow all their abysmal management of the economy would just, go up in a smoke and vanish. A week after that declaration, Ken Ofori-Atta was on the floor of Parliament telling us that we are going to an IMF program. That kind of pretense about the happenings of within an economy is the mentality he's inviting us to deal with this morning. And we respectfully decline that invitation, because pragmatism requires that you save an institution even if you have to take difficult decisions. President Mahama never deceived any people of Ghana when he came that we didn't envisage the reset to be a quick fix problem. The resetting agenda, you are resetting institutions, restructuring, trying to re-engineer systems that don't lend themselves to quick fixes, dealing with human behavior and opposition elements. Like Richard, who will at every time, every turn, attempt to distract or detract from the forward movement of this country in order that they can protect and hide themselves from accountability. And we are saying that we decline that invitation. From day one, President Mahama told all of us that we would have to tighten our belts together if we are to come out of the doldrums that they had pushed all of us into. And today he's telling us, when he's well aware of why the IMF was so strict about the quarterly adjustments of the ECG program. He knows very well. And so the reforms are ongoing. We will not take politically inexpedient decisions for quick-term gain as they did. We will not do that. And on Friday, again, the candor of President Mahama would come to play when he honestly tells us about the state of the economy today, where we have brought it from the past year and where we are going to take it. What will be required of us as citizens in order that we reach the next stage of our collective journey in building the Ghana that we want, we want together. That kind of candor and honesty is what was missing. The denial, acting the proverbial ostrich, when they knew their actions and inactions had cost this country. We will not use the same mentality. So even if we make a promise to do A, B, C, D, and today in the second year administration of John Dramani Mahama, we say that no, if we implemented this decision fully today, it would have dire consequences tomorrow. So we're going to review what we need to do today in order that we can stabilize. President Mahama met private sector people 2 days ago. You know what he told them? After all these beautiful indicators, if economic indicators were not a good test of the health of an economy, they wouldn't have been touting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the economic messiah. They wouldn't. Because in 2008, in 2012, in 2016, their 3-term campaign was hinged on what? Calling President Mahama incompetent. That the NDC were not good managers of the economy. That the economy and the indicators were not reflecting in the pockets of the people. That it was a family and friends government. These were their narratives straddling 3 election cycles until God looked upon them and said, okay, if you have all these brilliant ideas, we all want Ghana to move away from a Gudgesburg economy into a productive one. Where the what do they call it in their manifesto? They say that read it. You've written it here. Let me show you what you said. You said that where to liberate the energies of the people for the growth of property-owning democracy.
Yes,
I tell you, words matter. They did not hide it from Ghanaians. They told us that their primary purpose of seeking power is to ensure that their friends and family. No, I'll tell you. I'm going to read it to you. Their friends and family. More, I'll read it all. Their friends and family are going to own the commanding heights of the Ghanaian economy. Their friends and family will be protected.
You don't have to. So don't be
will be protected by their tinkering with our judiciary, which is what has happened. So President Mahama, that's what I'm telling the people of Ghana. You see, when people tell you who they are, fellow Ghanaians, when they tell you who they are, I'm reading it. When the people tell you who they are, believe them.
She would come.
If I didn't know it, I wouldn't have picked it to tell you.
No, I know you know.
Because I'm reminding Ghanaians people, this is what it is. That they want to liberate their people, the MPP people, for the growth of a property-owning democracy. Only they didn't tell us that they were going to use our taxes and they were going to appropriate states' assets for themselves. They didn't tell us that they were going to use our valuable natural resources as collateral in their Ejapa mandate, where they would take control of the commanding heights of the economy. So on Friday, President Mahama will come to that. So basically, I'm saying to the people of Ghana who are listening to us this morning that they have consistently told us who they are and what they stand for. We will not accept that mentality to do imprudent things, politically imprudent things. Take politically, political decisions that will not. We will be practical because we are building a country, and the foundations of that country will be strong. I end with the assurance of President Mahama to the private sector. Even as he had performed brilliantly well in stabilizing the economy, where all the indicators, both fiscal and macroeconomic, are now positive, and we are back to debt sustainability from our highly geared status where we're doing over 65% to GDP. Now we have come down to a manageable 45% of our debt stock to GDP. He told them, honestly, that even though we have stabilized, stabilization is not our end. Stabilization is not enough. What we now need to do was build the prosperity, bring the factories along, create the jobs, ensure that people have livable incomes. That is the next phase. That is the next phase of our Resetting Ghana agenda.
Richard. Breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
We are listening.
NDC is in government. MPP is not in government. So they should focus and do the job. This complaining she's doing will not go anywhere. Moro, I don't know if you position our manifesto strategically so you can read it. Give a copy to her. Give a copy to Mashabiba. That quote is very inspirational, and I think that
like your national anthem.
Absolutely.
Like your national anthem. like
if
your
you had
national
read
anthem.
that one on live TV, Shabiba would have defected from the
No, I have read it here before. I've read it here. Tomorrow. Have I not read it yet?
So the breaking news is that NDC is in government. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the president. They should deal with the problem. They say they will deal with it.
We are doing
now. He said they campaigned very seriously on reducing cost of living.
Right.
Okay. Now, cost of living has gone up under them.
That's true.
Now, the best excuse Shamima can afford
our manifesto?
for her government is that, oh, we signed some agreement with the IMF.
You did.
And I'm saying that agreement we signed with IMF, which they have extended,
which we are coming out of
There was, well, of course, when you started, we came out of it, so it won't be news. The point is that, Boro, the principle is that you have issues, which is revenue related and expenditure. So you consolidate and you increase your revenue. Okay. So how do you do that? Which is the reason, unfortunately, we had to take some very drastic decisions. But part of that is that if you say you don't have money, you can't subsidize, you can't do anything to support, okay, your electricity. You can't do anything, okay, to waste money. So you have to make sure that all your monies are coming in as they are supposed to. So on electricity, you have to ensure full cost recovery so that the companies or ECG will not be accumulating debt, but will be able to pay the power that it gets or from producers and sell to Ghanaians. And so you can't do that. So that is a way of cutting your cost. You have to increase revenue. So you need e-levy, you need that levy, COVID-19 levy. We wanted to take it off a long time ago. Okay, but you needed revenue, so they say you have to keep that. So it was a deliberation about how you increase your revenue. A part of it is also expand the tax net. So it is not a gospel that if you go against it, then you have committed a sin against the IMF God or to anybody. It is for you to demonstrate that, no, we have come to a point where we think that we can mobilize more resources from the sale of our gold. And so therefore, this aspect where we are charging and quarterly, we are increasing tariff on Ghanaians, we promise them we'll give them a better cost of living. And so therefore, we will not do it. Because of what we are getting from gold, we'll use that to subsidize that. You can do that. Why haven't they done it? Why have they found the convenience to remove e-levy? We remove COVID-19 levy after 1 year of collecting it. You understand? So this argument that it was in the IMF is lame. Okay, it's undermining of their power, their ability to manage the economy. Okay. After all, they say that the economy is doing well. Is that what they're saying? They say the economy is doing well. The economy is stabilized.
How much do you buy fuel for?
Hold on.
How much did you buy fuel?
You are making my point. I'm saying that you said the economy is doing well. Is that not the case? So why can you not stop increasing the electricity if the economy is doing well? You are the one saying it. So why are you still increasing? 1st January 2026, you increase our electricity.
Should I answer?
You increase our water. You understand? So what are you doing? When you say you are coming to reduce our costs and you are blaming somebody who is not in power, that he is the one who contracted or who is the one who went to IMF. Can't you negotiate to IMF the terms of it? When you try to do it, what happened? But you went ahead. The IMF did not even approve that they removed the e-levy. Shamima knows that. But they did it. So why can they not stop charging the electricity tariff and they keep blaming everybody and the people?
Is that what you would have done?
Don't talk
Richard,
about.
is that
I just gave you the breaking news that you are in power. We are not in power.
Is that what you would have done to the ECG that you collapsed?
Wait till we win. I'm coming.
No, tell us what you would have done.
Hold on. When we win,
recover the ECG.
When we win in 2028, you see what we'll do.
No, tell
But
Ghanaians.
definitely, we will not burden Ghanaians with all this.
You have burdened Ghanaians already.
No, I'm telling you that I'm saying. No, I'm saying that. If your manifesto is there, just read it. I'm just telling you that if MPP were in power today, Ghanaians will have a better cost of living. Because why? The challenges that we went through.
But don't insult Ghanaians.
But you see,
Richie,
but you are the ones. Hold on. You are the ones. Because of your incapacity, you are insulting Ghanaians by blaming somebody who is not in power. Okay, you think that the way you talk in opposition will suffice in government. Now you have to take responsibility. You are failing to take responsibility. You promised people better cost of living. What were you looking at? What informed that promise? If today you are going to just tell them that MPP signed this, MPP signed this, so why were you promising them? Didn't you know that was already there? So you lied to them. That's essentially what it is. Then you have come to say that it's MPP. If it was MPP and you knew that you couldn't do anything about it, why didn't you just say, well, let's leave the MPP to fix it? Because we can't fix it. You said you could fix it. Now fix it.
And we are fixing it.
You are not fixing the thing.
We are fixing it.
But that's why, hold on. Just while we are here.
Richard, how much did you buy fuel for? Can you answer this question?
Shamima, hold on.
Richard, how much did you buy fuel for? And how much did you buy fuel when you were in power?
Hold on.
Can you just answer honestly this one question so that Ghanaians will know that what you are saying here, you are honest about?
That's not the point.
What is the point?
That's not the point.
So fuel prices hasn't come down.
The point is that cost of living has
gone up. The cedi hasn't appreciated against the dollar.
I'm saying, hold on.
You depreciated the cedi by 42%. Richard, is that a fallacy?
Sharima, one other small guidance for you.
No, don't guide me. You need to guide yourself. No, you need to
because we just left where you were sitting. We just left. Okay.
And you have not. You've not changed.
You shouldn't.
You have obviously not changed.
No, I'm saying that
you are the same posturing in power that brought you to the opposition.
No.
It's the same posturing you are.
It's okay. But, okay, I'm coming. What I'm trying to tell you is that don't invest your time in winning arguments in the studio. Win the argument with the Ghanaian.
Oh, we should
what you guys are doing to win argument in the studio is not the point. That's what they are doing with Coco. In fact, we should get there.
Yes.
It's very tragic what is happening. Very, very, very tragic. You are making people suffer, and you come and sit on TV, and you are telling them that we are not suffering. You are not suffering. What are you telling me that I'm not suffering?
Is this position from experience?
Wait. That's why I say I'm giving you guidance.
So you made people suffer.
Moro, when petrol is brought to 1 cedi.
Did you make people suffer?
Okay. If petrol is 1 cedi and you don't have 1 cedi, Moro, is petrol cheap? It's not cheap. Okay, it's not cheap.
Okay.
So the point is not you have brought it to here, but the point is that the ability of the person to afford. And you promise the young people, you promise young people you're going to give them jobs. And that's why I brought the youth pledge. This one. President Mahama signed it. Yeah, this one. What has happened to it?
We stand
the
by
young people of this country today are disappointed. They have been misled, gravely misled.
Okay.
24-hour economy. What's happening with that? We sat here. I can remember. Sami was sit here. I say everything till I foam in the mouth. Sami was 24 hours. 133. What did you do here? They say 133 is equal to 000 because we can't force anybody to do 133.
Okay.
That's what they said. Didn't they know that before?
All right.
So it means that the NDC technically just deceived us, and they say, it is MPPO, it is MPPO. But this is not the first time they're coming to government.
Okay.
All right? Okay. They know what to expect. And they said they can do it. Now do it, you are blaming Moro, you understand? Moro, but you are just blaming everybody that IMF, we signed this, we signed this.
You try to
you understand some tree, right?
The general public.
Moro, you understand tree very well. They can't have this proverb, they say, what? Want to make sure on your man will be more kitchen. You can't carry your load.
Richard is laughing at you. See how he's laughing.
They can't carry their load.
He's laughing about everything.
No, I'm serious.
I asked Richard one question. I asked Richard one question. Did you make Ghanaians suffer? Because you say we are making Ghanaians suffer today, and you are giving us advice on how not to make Ghanaians suffer. Because if you were in power today, you will not make Ghanaians suffer. You forget. Only 2024. Richard, did you make Ghanaians suffer?
We didn't make
in the 8 years of your administration.
Can I answer?
Richard, the answer.
Okay. We didn't make Ghanaians suffer. But you made it appear that we made Ghanaians suffer because you wanted to win power. Now that you have come, you said that
Richard,
we made... I'm coming. I want to answer your question. Yes. You said that we make Ghanaians suffer. When you come, we will make them not to suffer. But now the people are suffering. If you compare what you talked about as suffering,
who can no longer
answer. So if you compare what situation that obtained yesterday, today, Charima, you go to the market or you don't go anymore?
I go.
Tomatoes, one tomatoes now is at 5 cedis. One front tomato is 5 cedis. But President Mahama told us it's in the State of the Nation, 2025, delivered 27th February 2025, says that Feed Ghana, one of the things that the Vegetable Development Project is going to focus on, you told me you give me time more. One of the things that Vegetable Development Program...
You see see, he's laughing. He's not taking himself seriously.
Moro is laughing.
No, Richard, you are not taking yourself seriously. You are not taking yourself seriously.
You didn't see what Moro was
doing.
You
see,
we actually just have 15
the point I am telling you is that Moro, they say that President Mahama says that tomato development, vegetable development project is going to focus on tomatoes, pepper, and onions. Today, our people are dying in Burkina Faso in search of tomatoes. Today, because of that, if you go to the market, tomato one is 5 cedis.
All right.
So some people are telling me they are not killing Ghanaians by that. Cocoa farmers, Moro. Today, they can't even buy because their 1,038 Ghana cedis is lost. So that portion of it is not there for them to even buy tomatoes. So farmers are dying. They are going to die if this government, as we are pleading, and the Cabinet Bishop Conference has pleaded with them to restore the old price, 3,625.
Brother, perhaps
if they don't do that, they are going to commit people to the early graves.
In this season of Lent, oh, Richard, you've made the point.
But you spoke, you haven't raised your hands even once. You have raised my hand 4 times.
No, one sentence for, you see, today Richard has done a lot of damage to the campaign of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the MPP. He has caused irreparable damage. Because here, he has declared to the hearing of everyone that they, the NPP, did not make Ghanaians suffer. That they did not cost Ghanaians their savings. That they did not cost Ghanaians their jobs. That they did not cost Ghanaians, they did not cost Ghanaians their businesses. That they did not deprive old people of their pensions that led them to death. Whereas Mahmoud Bawumia, doctor, has had cause after this 1.7 million votes difference colossal loss to say and to apologize to the people of Ghana. What was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia apologizing for? What was Ken Ejepong in the contest apologizing to Ghanaians for? Why were the other contestants accusing them, Ken Ejepong, the things he said? Today, the director of MPP Communications says that they did no evil to anyone. Ghanaians didn't suffer. In the same math, he's advising us that we are making Ghanaians suffer. We today who have brought fuel down. We today who have stabilized the city. We who have stabilized the city. Moro, as we speak today, inflation, which has come from 23% during their time to 3.8%, 13 consecutive months, we have managed inflation.
Is inflation.
See,
because inflation
the city, the stabilization of the city alone, that has enabled businesses to plan. He is poo-pooing it and laughing at it.
No. Inflation.
He is poo-pooing it and laughing at it. That today a businessman can plan. Today you can receive an invoice and take your pretty good time.
I'll come back to you.
Take your pretty good time. Richard, you can receive an invoice and take your pretty good time to honor the invoice because you know prices are relatively stable. Today, fuel is so affordable. Cement has come down. He says that all these things are not good. Ghanaians have not enjoyed it, yet he doesn't go to the pump and tell them that, please, give me the fuel at the charge I used to buy fuel. He didn't even used to buy fuel. He didn't used to buy fuel. I think that Ghana is fine. So, he didn't used to buy fuel, so he didn't know. I buy fuel. You know, so I'm saying to you that
otherwise
today,
your old school thing
it's no problem.
Your time is, you don't have
I'm just saying, in conclusion, that the comedy of errors and inconsistencies,
we need to talk about cocoa and
the comedy of errors and inconsistencies are right for the people of Ghana to see.
The feminism is okay now.
Richard says they did not make Ghanaians suffer, so Ghanaians, you are lying.
Enough today on the
Ghanaians, you lied about your problems.
We have 10 minutes because whether we like it will take us off. Let me start with this. Let's do this.
No problem.
Bright, please put this statement from Cocoa Board up, and let's do this quickly.
You have power now. You can command Moro to stop the whole school.
No, I won't do that. We won't use it arbitrarily. We won't learn from
I don't have the power to do so.
No, she has the power.
She was abused.
I have an announcement for the two of you. So Cocoa Board has not sponsored the Black Stars. The Ghana Cocoa Board wishes to categorically state that a claim suggesting Cocoa Board has donated 12 million cedis to the Black Stars while neglecting cocoa farmers is false, misleading, and without any factual basis. Cocoa Board remains fully committed to its core mandate of prioritizing the welfare of cocoa farmers, including the prompt payment for cocoa purchases, provision of input, extension services, and sustained investment in the sector. At no point has Cocoa Board diverted funds meant for farmer payments to support the Black Stars. We urge the public to disregard this misinformation and rely only on official Cocoa Board communication channels for accurate and verified information. Now, there's one more thing that I want to bring to the attention of Ghanaians before I bring in my two guests. Even though we have just 10 minutes to do this, I don't know how the two of them are going to manage it. Yes, 10 minutes, because we have another interview coming up. Now, there's a video which has been trending on social media yesterday. I just thought I should bring it to the attention of Ghanaians. Now, I want you to watch this video carefully. Please watch this.
John Dramani Mama na ka senkran die or the technology eko eden dokonde meko na mi busa o Randy Abbey nkrani or the cocoa farm eko eden or the cocoa farm eko eden what you say yemfa cocoa ni schedule ni men sene a ye ka say empoano adwuma no yemfa obi oti ase Randy Abbey cocoa no gwa won ti ase oni se ne bia no no se ne harvest. A reset has reset Randy Abbey, and he's now facing the consequences. Now he's singing Kwani, 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 Kwani. He missed the chair. A Konyana or the Coon Remania or the Bayou. One was any Akunyana Adaneno. Now, but dinner Nadu attempts as I say. A Bruce, so the Odicoy. Okoya, Koya on the Odeby the Ayo. One young a Dumano, a deep. Loto 67 what bought this to lose ya bregu ya 2 years ikegu a jumanashi was
there's a lot of. All right, so you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now this chap you just see he's at the very least he's a member of the MPP, very popular guy. I mean he's seen all over the place. When he was expressing a very interesting view which we thought we must interrogate a little bit. Now he's talking about where Dr. Randy comes from as Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board and how he thinks that he doesn't deserve to be there. And we just thought it was a very interesting, maybe to some people, in fact, very, very unfortunate statements by Coca. But it's all about the cocoa politics, isn't it? I'll bring in my guest here, and I'm going to repeat it. We have just 9 minutes. Whether we like it or not, will take us off. Yes, 4 minutes each is fine. I'll start with Richard. Richard, have you seen? First of all, have you seen the video?
I don't understand.
No, because your principle is it doesn't matter who's talking. Once the person is a Ghanaian, we must listen to the person.
Oh, now you are uphold that principle.
No, I'm following.
You uphold that principle.
You're the boss. I'm following. So once a Ghanaian,
so tell Sabima that Ghanaians are not happy, so you should stop arguing with them.
What do you look at what he said? Randy Abbey is a Ghana man. What business does he have managing Cocoa Board? What do you think?
The New Patriotic Party is not. It's not a tribalistic party. We don't judge people by where they come from, but by their performance. Right. So if the conversation is about a certain delivery or non-delivery, then we can have a conversation about that. So, when you were playing, I say you shouldn't have to play that. Apparently, in hindsight, I think that he won't say that. He's somebody I've seen. Coca, I've seen him around the party. Is very spirited and committed member of the party, but then this is something I think that given the chance he won't say, because there's no place for tribalism in our national life, in our political conversation. So I think that is a regrettable comment about where Dr. Randy comes from. If it comes to the work he's doing, yes, let's have all day to critique that. That should be the focus, not his person or where he comes from. But more, now that we have about some 47 minutes to go, let's start with the cocoa conversation.
3 minutes to go.
We are
3
supposed
minutes.
to close at 10.
I know they'll take
the point here is that Shamima, when she gets the chance again, will be arguing. And I told her not to make a certain argument because it's very offensive. I saw yesterday Dr. Otokuno in some under some cocoa trees, wearing his shade, wearing some very sleek shirt, long sleeve shirt, okay, where in the midst of farmers. I don't understand why he didn't get it that he's going to see farmers and he's dressed like that. Confirming that there's a disconnect between his government and the situation of farmers. He dressed that way in the midst of people. He was wearing dark shades. That's what you should have played. In the midst of people looking around, turning around, saying that, oh, Mukrano, say MPP was paying you 3,100. And yes, sir, the people say yes. And he said, oh, now yes, we 2,000. Hey, the thing had, I was watching this thing yesterday at 1 a.m. in the morning. I couldn't sleep. Moro, if you go to my page, you saw that I tweeted around that time. I'm like, how can you say this? So he says that, and we are paying you 2,500. And yes, our people say yes. But and then 2,500 can buy you more than 3,001. And I'm saying that. So right now, Otokuno is telling us, Shamima is telling us that because inflation has gone down, they should reduce her pay. Is that what they are saying? That they should reduce their pay because inflation is 3.8.
Who has said that?
That's what Otokuno was saying to the farmers. That, oh, because inflation, we should reduce.
We are arguing about the general purchasing power of the farmer today.
Hold on.
With what he has.
Forget that. Moro, so is the general purchasing power doesn't affect your salary so much that yours should be brought down as well by 28.6%? Why are we not doing that for yours? Why are we not doing that for Tokuno, who is wearing shades with sleek shirt in the midst of farmers? Wearing shoe, tucked in. Is that how you go to the farm? Okay? But that's what he was telling them. Moro, in this country today, inflation is abstract. Inflation has no relationship to anything anybody buys in the market. Okay. Zero. It has nothing. Transportation cost is going up, Shamima. And you tell me petrol is this? Where is the relationship? Where is the relationship? Tomatoes is 5 cedis. And you tell me inflation is 3.8. Where is the relationship? Your electricity has gone up. Maybe you are not paying for now.
I am.
Water is gone up. So you know it went up. Where is the relationship? Where is the relationship? Moro, students.
Which other, give, to be honest,
no problem.
Give me one example of something else that has come down. Since you're only mentioning things that have gone up.
Well, when you get a chance, you can mention the things that have gone
down. That's the dishonesty we are talking about.
But you have a chance to speak as well.
That's the dishonesty now.
Moro, students are going to school. They say inflation has come down. But school fees are going up. Where is the relationship? Where is the relationship? The water we are drinking here, this one, the price has gone up. Where is the relationship? Inflation under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is abstract. When he says something is abstract, you understand.
Inflation doesn't mean the prices are coming down.
Oh no!
It's going, but at a very slower pace. It's still going at a slower pace. That's all. It doesn't mean things are coming down.
But she won't say that. So because if it's going up at slower pace, then you are trying to tell Otokuno, like I'm telling him, stop talking like that because it's offensive. Because if it's going up and it's going up at slower pace, which is not the case, because if your water goes up by 15%, how slow is that?
All right.
Moro, how slow is that? I'm coming. If your electricity goes up by 15%, how slow is that? Is that very slow?
All right.
If your ECG goes up by 9%, how slow? Now, when workers,
why are you assaulting me?
But this is very gentle. But I'm saying that
5 minutes.
I'm coming. When workers
your sister is going to do 3 minutes.
When workers have not gone up,
okay,
and your inflation is not translating into livable experiences.
Right.
Okay.
Stop talking about it.
Okay.
The verdict is that
right.
Today in our country,
Dear
cost
Ghanaians,
of living is high.
Okay.
Dear
right.
Ghanaians,
Under His Excellency,
dear Ghanaians,
just 3 minutes, I beg you.
Dear Ghanaians, and to our cocoa farmers in particular.
Okay.
The president is committed to salvaging and saving our cocoa industry. The president will not take easy decisions that will cost the industry that has been your livelihood for decades, even to some people over a century. So the president will at all times, with the cocoa farmer at the center of his decisions and policies, take decisions that will protect the entire industry. What I'm happy about is that Richard today has not said that the current Cocoa Board administration has engaged in corruption. He has not said that they have, instead of paying farmers, that the same the Cocoa Board has gone ahead and given contracts worth millions of Ghana cedis to party apparatchiks like their chairman, the Ashanti Regional Chairman, Wuntumi. Please, can I just make my point?
No, but arrest them. This thing is ridiculous.
Wuntumi is in the courts, and you know that.
Okay,
he
so
has not accused us.
We want you to
we
do
won't
that.
fast track it. We will go through due process. Due process is what we will go through. Moreover, I am happy that Richard here this morning has not accused Cocoa Board of engaging in procurement politics, of sending and giving out contracts to procure juice sacks that we don't need for the next 10 years.
Has anybody been accused of that?
We are happy that those are not the allegations that are coming.
Has anybody been accused of that?
I am happy that the allegations they are throwing at us is that we promised cocoa farmers a certain amount at a prevailing world market.
No. You
and today we have reviewed that price as a result of the current world market, in order that the entire industry does not collapse.
It is collapsed. What are you trying to say?
In order that we can buy up. Hold on. In order that we can buy up. You see what he's doing?
And you are doing that
in
plenty.
order that
give you small.
In order that we can salvage the cocoa industry and ensure that the remaining cocoa beans that Richard's friends and family members who are into the cocoa industry have in their sheds and with their license buying companies, that we will be able to purchase those things. I am happy that at least we have purchased and paid for over 90% of the cocoa beans that we expected to have bought up in this buying season. The remaining tonnage we will. But let me also quickly say that if the NPP does not rid itself of these ethnic and tribal bigotry statements, it will lend problems to our country. Look, who is Tetokwashi? Where did Tetokwashi bring cocoa from Fernando Po from? Do you know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's father was once a cocoa board chairperson? They forget that. Is he an account? Why do they think that it's only accounts that are deserving? Look, there are guns in the Martin Newman, former chief of staff, was the longest serving cocoa board chair. There is a finance officer, Ray Ankra, their own former deputy CEO, under Joseph Boahe. It's a gunman. No, you didn't condemn it in no certain terms. You did not condemn it in no certain terms. It is so bad.
All right, gentleman, lady. Unfortunately, we have to go.
So we will
we're going back. We're going back to alma mater, our senior high schools.
And we will
so we're going back to alma mater. So the school's homecoming omnibus is on. And Kwesi Kwetia, what do you have today? As for politicians, we can give them the whole day. Sham,
I get it loud because she wants to explain one or two things. Shamima, what school did you go to?
Holy Child.
And your girls are here this morning.
Oh, they are here.
They are here. They were just talking about you. And then Mr. Richard Anyamba, please, what school?
Please give them all the time.
Secondary school.
Come again, please.
Freetown Secondary.
Freetown Secondary.
Freetown.
Yes, Freetown.
All right. We would like to have you one of these days.
Named after 3 towns in the
region. 3 towns.
It's a massive schooling. It's a massive schooling in Volta region.
I'm so happy to hear that. I hope that one of these days we can invite the both of you to have this conversation on the school's homecoming, because I mean, the heat that you're giving us this morning is enough to get us all of us wet, because I mean the air conditioning is working. You are sweating. Still in this very cold place. All right, so that's all right. Yes, so Moro, I mean, this morning, wonderful schools are coming here to join us, and we're going to have a great time here.
Right.
And I know that your school, you said your school was, the last time you were talking to me, I've forgotten.
Why do you envy us like that?
No, I don't envy.
Is it my fault to be an attendant at the
No, you envy my school. You envy my school. It is my school that you envy. What school did you go to tomorrow?
Oh, I disco beba na so.
Oh, I disco that. Is it a disco?
Oh, disco beba na so. Yeah, dear fane call. There's no time, so you continue.
There's no time. All right, thank you very much, Moro. Thank you. All right, so that is Good Morning Ghana. We're just speaking to the guest and also to Moro, and we're quickly going to get started, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the School's Homecoming Show. This is the place where you get to relive your high school memories, and it's also the place where we get to give you the platform so that you can also talk about your legacies, and we keep it safe because Metro TV is the home of all the memories that you like to keep alive when it comes to your high schools. All right, so I'm going to take a little breather, and then when I come back, I'm going to introduce my wonderful guest, and we're going to get the show started.